of town.
We won a prize. We had a wonderful time. Came home to this.
Do you still have the tickets?
Sure.
Reality, buddy. We'll need to speak to the issuing agent.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out. Lay into his wheel arches. Come on. No wonder he killed someone driving like this. Don't let that asshole get away.
All right, I give up.
That's it. Cuff him and we're done.
I'm Super Antonio. And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Sunday. I hope you had a good weekend as well. Peter Walsdorf. And thank you for being here last night. I apologize for the rescheduling. I wish we could blame it on the dog, but it was not the dog's fault. It's never the dog's fault. Even if it was her fault, it is not her fault. The case of the missing files, we had some technical difficulties, and so I spent all this morning working hard recovering files so that I would have something to show you tonight. Which interesting last night, it occurs to me in retrospect that I could have just skipped forward and showed you another case from Arson instead of this one. I don't know why I was so focused on showing you this one, except that we missed it last week. This is actually the first case from Arson. Technically, we're on the second one already. It's caused us a lot of trouble so far, and hopefully that's the end of it and won't cause us any trouble tonight. Thank you for being here. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to the Super LA Noire Live Commentary, Part 14. What's that about? We have, let me look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different cases. Can Sadie count to 5? She can count to 4 pretty well.
It shouldn't take long.
But I don't know if she can count to 5. Miko Herptile says, hello, Super Antonio, Sadie, Mods, and everyone, and hello to Peter. Hi, Miko. Thank you for being here last night. I apologize for the scheduling mishap, but I'm glad you're here tonight. Got some potent canine bait. Got my got my red tie. Note the red pocket square. Doesn't match the tie perfectly, which is kind of annoying. Gold tie clip and gold watch. Also note, I say this before, but I only do this on stream. But the tie clip and the pocket square are perfectly parallel. In real life, I would wear the tie clip lower, right around here.
Guy gave his wife a tap.
Right under my, or right at the start of my ribs, the sternum. But I like it. I like the visual component. Trying to stop saying so much. Super annoying. And when I read online, or rather when I asked Grok, they said to pause and to compose your thoughts and to speak more slowly. What's that about? And also to take notes.
Son of a
bitch.
But the whole point of this live stream is to just do it. Sorry, the
How long have you been working?
is to
Arson?
just do it off the
We can do
cuff,
the
to be
small talk thing now.
spontaneous.
Talk baseball, exchange addresses. I don't
And it's
think
kind
so.
of annoying because I'm
Feeling down,
super
hot
spontaneous
shot?
in real
Need a
life. I can
buddy?
have a conversation in real
Go
life,
somewhere
but it's hard. It's hard to fill the air
So this is how it's going to be, partner?
I already
with
told you, I don't
with
do
dialogue,
partners.
with something
I seen you on
interesting.
your first day, hero, walking into the station, with your chest puffed out.
I was kind
Caught
of
some air here.
Paint job, Cole.
Cole is
I already told you, I don't do
Enjoying
partners. I seen you on your
his
first day, hero.
LA driving
walking into the
skills.
station, with your
This is
chest
how
puffed
everyone
out,
drives in
little
LA,
kid as
even now.
confirmation. You wouldn't have given me the... Damn you!
Got my green tea.
That's quite a speech. I heard you were the
Sadie's
strong
under the desk with
You cracking
one of her
wise,
bony
Phelps.
bones.
No, Biggs. I'm breaking.
She had her bath last night. I could swear the first time we did this mission, we were able to borrow that fire engine, which Cole will try to do again, but we couldn't do it this time.
There never
What's
is.
that
if the job's
about?
done properly.
You think it was deliberate?
Oh, yes.
That's real pain in their
Speaking of
face.
notes, I wanted to
They
read you
would've
the
moved out
trivia
things they care about if this was insurance.
from the Wikipedia.
There's no mileage in this. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Hirsch. Captain.
Aaron Staton, Cole
Mike
Phelps,
Brannigan,
Rich
Cole
Summer,
Phelps.
and John Cunningham and Vincent
Okay, Brannigan.
Carthusier,
Maybe dog
Walter
shit,
Clemens,
none of his
were
name.
co-stars on the television series
offense,
Mad
fellas.
Men,
None taken.
which I guess I'm kind of saving Mad Men. It's got Christina Hendricks. Haven't really watched it, but I do want to
Pretty lucky,
at some
really.
point.
They don't have any insurance. Everything they own,
Michael
including the
Seamus
house, now
Wiles,
a pile of
Albert
rubble
Lynch, and Keith
in the car.
Sharbaka, Herschel Biggs were co-stars on the television series Sons of Anarchy, which I have seen. Michael Seamus Wiles, Albert Lynch, and Michael Bofshever, Ivan Rasik, were co-stars on the television series Breaking Bad, which I have on Blu-ray. And I don't know who those two played, and I can't be bothered to look it up. Vincent Carthusier, Walter Clemens, and Keith Sharbaka, Herschel Biggs were co-stars on the television series Angel, which I also have seen but don't have on Blu-ray. And it used to be available on streaming, and I started to watch it, but then I lost interest.
Could be something to go.
I don't think it's held up well. It's, but I didn't give it a chance. It's possible to view all the destroyed buildings in this and the later arson cases during the patrol, traffic, homicide, and vice desks, most easily during free roam. Coroner Mal Carruthers says the deceased Sawyer family were all in bed by the looks of it, but the 3 visible corpses are fully clothed. Well, that's a good thing. The player is given a handicap in that the arsonist is shown from the back putting tools in the back of a van during the cutscene when leaving the Instaheat building. While his face isn't visible, his hair is, and he is clearly a different man than either of the 2
Mr.
main
Stevens.
suspects.
Cole Phelps. and
What's
Herschel
that
Biggs,
about?
LAPD. I know it's a difficult time, but
Additionally, the
have a
van
word.
is clearly a Chevrolet, not an International D-Series
You were out of
Instaheat
town.
model. Therefore, the player ends the
won the
case
prize.
knowing that neither
We had a
of the
wonderful
final
time.
suspects are guilty.
This.
do you still have the tickets?
If Varley is charged, McKelty will say, "How is it? No, just keep your mouth shut
We'll need to
and
speak
listen to
the
me
issue
for a
again.
second. How is it that you can bring no less than 3 suspects into my station, conduct extensive interviews, sift through mountains of evidence with Lynch and Pinker, and still manage to charge the wrong effing guy?"
Can you tell
I don't
me
want
any
to swear
more
on this
about the
channel.
prize that you won,
I
Mr.
took a
Stevens?
chance on you, Phelps. People said I was crazy, and you made me look like a jerk. You may not be much of an arson investigator, but I hear you're merciless on the beat. Get going.
Did you enter
The case is
any kind of
arguably
competition?
unfair from a gameplay perspective, since the evidence against Varley is at least as strong as that against Ryan. But unlike similar to suspect cases on the homicide desk, where similarly neither suspect is the real perpetrator, the game considers charging Varley a fail. Spoiler alert! We did not charge Varley. Gulliver's travel agency is most likely a reference, to Jonathan Swift's novel, Gulliver's Travel. Gulliver's Travels.
But you're the holdout.
Obviously. The title of the case is very similar to The Wicker Man. That is... No. So what? That has nothing to do with anything. Except The Wicker Man, there is fire involved in The Wicker Man. It's a great movie. Talking about the 1970 version. What's his name? Nicolas Cage did a remake in, I believe, the early 2000s. This is the only case on the arson desk where the player must charge a suspect. I did not know that.
Searching for some kind of atonement right now.
So that's what we have in terms of trivia. There are a bunch of bugs and glitches. But nothing of note.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need information on the suburban
You talk on the phone.
fund.
Yes, Detective.
For the next address, note the Leyland Monroe billboard.
The semi-government agency is established to speed up the building of GI
He
homes.
looks so much like Walter
Private
Bishop,
investors as
even
well as a
more.
government
I
endowment.
believe that's his
Do you have an address for them?
signature defining role, the role of his lifetime, Walter Bishop. You would think it's Denethor from Lord of the Rings, but
Thanks.
he got way more screen time as Walter Bishop, and it's a great series. Fringe, highly recommended. J.J. Abrams, before he went crazy, well, actually before he decided to focus on movies exclusively, and then went crazy, used to write some really good TV. Or produce some good TV. See, we used to be able to take this. I swear we could take this. The fire engine, and we cannot.
Have there been any other house fires?
This is
Can
Arson.
you hear Sadie
We get
chewing?
an average of 2 a night. Does that answer your question?
Part of me coming through.
Take it easy,
LAPD.
Phelps. I'd rather get
It's an emergency, man. Thinking about bringing Marston Mondays back as a video. Just the old video commentary of Free Roaming with John in Epilogue 2. See, we can charge through those billboards, and it's kind of fun. See how it does in 2025. Marston Mondays. I do miss making videos. It's just there's not much content left for me to exploit in that game.
Left and left and left and left again, and I'm right up your ass.
We've done everything before. We've seen everything before. And I understand that every time you play it, it's different, but still. I don't really know what we can do. Nothing generates views anymore, regrettably. All I can think of is to move on to new games, and in this case, old games. Last of Us. I don't really want to play any new games.
Hi, Albert. We've caught this case.
See, he wears his tie clip parallel with his
You have a
pocket
partner?
square.
What gives?
I was doing a little shopping this weekend. I went to H&M. I fit really well into H&M clothes.
Welcome to the netherworld
But
of Arson.
the blazers there
Family of 4
had the
found
pocket
their
square
beds.
sewn in.
Heater exploded.
Another one.
Looks that way.
What's that
It's the
about?
heat
Look,
model 7.
very cheap.
Before you get
Well,
excited,
yeah, their
we're gonna
clothing
go
is
for water
cheap, but
heaters
it's
and months
stylish
go
and it
back.
fits really well, so
Take
I
a
don't
look
care.
around the yard.
But
See what
yeah,
you can
it's
find.
like a single use, and you're committed to that color. Like, it was a gray blazer, a gray suit coat with a white pocket square.
You gonna stick it out, Cole? I'm gonna try, Mal.
That
What have you got?
you couldn't, and it was sewn in there. And the pocket that it was sewn into wasn't even a real pocket. So it's not like you could, you know, unsew it and stick, you know, because I like to customize.
Anything more exact will take some
I like to customize my pocket squares. I got a bunch of them.
Something to do with the faulty water heater?
Could be. There's been a spate of problems with a particular brand.
So yeah, that was a
I've
bust.
got another angle.
Can't tell tonight, but this is actually a
This
blue
is a murder and not
coat.
an accident. Sharing
A blue
information has
blazer.
helped us solve quite a few cases.
Hugo
I need something
Boss.
concrete, Mal,
I don't
before
know
the
if you can
department gets
see.
wind of it.
Can't see the
I'm an
label.
arson for a reason.
But yeah, it's Hugo Boss. They
I
were
feel
very,
sorry for your wife and kids, Phelps.
that
Not
designer
for you.
was quite popular in
But you're a good case, man. One of the best I've ever met.
1938
I'll help you any way I
Germany.
can.
Thanks,
They
man.
designed the
I'd say
uniforms
that's firm
that
but fair.
that's why they looked so stylish. I swear, it's and he's still making clothes, and again, he's another one of those designers that I look great in. Hugo Boss, Calvin Klein, H&M are my go-to designers if I want something nice. But yeah, so it's a dark blue blazer instead of black, but it
Hey,
looks
Biggs.
black on camera on screen.
Is this significant?
Doesn't look black IRL. It looks blue, but
Detectives, this is the next door neighbor.
Detective
look
Phelps.
great with a red tie.
They were supposed to be going away. They won a trip
This
somewhere.
was my dog walking outfit
but little
tonight.
Henry got sick, so they had to cancel. What are the chances?
Do you know who ran the competition?
Gulliver's Travel, up on Santa Monica
Interesting
Boulevard.
Thanks. You've been a big
walking
help.
around dressed up,
Phelps.
very formal.
I've seen him before.
I always
likes
walking the dog. I just assumed that anyone who saw me thought I was that. I'd come home from church. 'Cause everyone else is in t-shirts and shorts and
Stop!
flip-flops,
LAPD!
dressed very
Got an
casually,
ID on you, Firebug.
or
Stop right there.
sweats, yoga pants. But I'm gonna start doing this now. I don't think I'm gonna go out without. I don't think I'm ever gonna go out in sweats and workout gear again, ever again. I think I'm gonna start dressing up from now on.
Herbert
To make a
Chapman.
statement.
So you
I'm
like
going
fires.
to
Some.
Watching them or setting them?
I don't want
gonna
any
take a
trouble.
stand
Turn out your
for
pockets.
fashion and style.
You're a naughty boy, aren't you, Herbert?
I keep myself to myself.
Filtered cigarette. Did they have filtered cigarettes in 1949? I don't think they did.
Cigarette in a matchbox gives you
Seems
5 or 6 minute delay.
anachronistic.
You want more time, you use a mosquito
Cola King.
coil. Don't you,
Wish you could have a
Herbert?
Cola King.
You like this
Wish I could have
fire,
a
Herbert?
Hell no.
Cola
I
King
heard it
right
over the
now.
fire radio. Sounded sweet.
When you finish following your leads, come and see me at the fire station.
The Acme store. What does the Acme store?
Will do, Lynch. Take
Acme
this
means
guy
the
in.
pinnacle or the
I might
best.
want him for questioning later.
You got it, detective.
But the only reason they used it,
Why have you
Acme,
got
is
such a
because it
hard
would.
on for this case? If it is murder,
It
it's
came
almost
up first in the yellow pages.
doesn't leave much
So if you were
evidence.
looking for Acme,
no
if you were looking for
percentage.
hardware or
I think it's more
plumbing
than one case.
or
House fires, cold, accidents, heater
or
fires,
whatever,
gas
insurance,
explosions.
Acme
got to be a
Plumbing,
reason to
Acme
believe
Insurance
You wanna
would
be a
always come
star.
up first.
Forget it.
So it
Keep
became a
up
very
with the
popular name.
There's something to this. I know it.
Miko says, I say play what you want to play. Forcing yourself to play something you
Still
don't want
investigate the
will
cases,
reflect.
Biggs.
Yes, it
The
will.
people in this house
I
are
agree.
dead.
If you
Go
like
soak your head,
a
Phelps.
game
This hero
new to
business is
you,
a full-time obsession.
great. If not, you'll
I'm
eventually
gonna make
find
this
one
case. I'm gonna rub the
you
department's
like,
nose in it.
like Red Dead
Help
Redemption
me
2.
or stay out of my
Yeah, maybe
way.
I just need a break
Got
from
it?
Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, I'm happy to do the shorts as they come up. But, yeah, maybe we need a break. trying to take this one, and we can't take it. I'm feeling... And we can't take the ambulance. Hey, we can take the ambulance. I forgot about this. Yeah, we're gonna contaminate the crime scene. Yeah, I'm not feeling optimistic about GTA 6. I don't want to spend $100. Actually, we would spend $600 because we'd have to buy a PS5. I don't want to play a game for views. And I know we would get views with GTA 6. And this is technically a Rockstar channel. Maybe we could play Bully. Can we find Bully on PS4? Let's see. Let's check on Amazon. Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy.
Like
we have Bully on Xbox. Nope.
At least we'll know where we've been if we try to retrace our steps.
We could play Mafia PS4. They got Bully on PlayStation 2. Something called Little Nightmares. What's that about? Let's check the Bay of Ease. Bully Scholarship Edition on PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One. No, I don't think it's a... Oh, that's too bad. Mama One and Papa One are here. Papa One says, hey family, and Mama One says, hey everyone. Greetings Mama One and Papa One. How are you, friends? Sadie's under the desk. I'll bring her back for you. Miko says, hello Papa One and Mama One. We're just thinking about games to play. And the games people play. Papa One says, hey Miko. And Mama One also says, hey Miko. So, we'll play The Last of Us. I'm thinking, I was talking to Miko about it, about taking a break from Red Dead Redemption 2 after we finish the Bad Honor playthrough.
This a power game?
Until it becomes fresh and fun to me again. I was also thinking of resurrecting Marston Mondays as videos. So I might do a Marston Monday, see how it does, and take it from there. Papa One says, was a late night on the farm. A farmhand left one of the horse stalls open. We had a runaway horse. We had to find him on the property.
4414 Rosewood Avenue.
Bring that horse home.
Run by your company.
Yes, I remember them. They called up to cancel at the last minute. One of the kids was sick. Very unfortunate.
Mind if I take a look at that?
That's fine, Papa One. We've just kind of been fooling around talking about just strategizing on the channel. What we're going to do next. I've been talking about how I'm not really interested in playing GTA 6.
Family, Rosewood Avenue.
I had an idea of
Here they are. Steffens.
I've amassed quite a collection of toys for this one.
There's not much to tell.
This one here, she knows I'm talking about it.
Mailing list covers half of it.
And I thought I might do a short video or a video on it, just because it'd be kind of cute. I mean, she doesn't have a Pikachu, but she's got Sonic. She has
usually get involved in promotions.
She has a Totoro, My Neighbor Totoro. She has a Hello Kitty in a, I think it's a dragon or a dinosaur suit. Super cute. She has a baby Yoda. It'd be fun to show those. And she takes good care of him, as in she hasn't like chewed him up. She just plays with him. So it'd be. I was thinking about that on a dog walk. That might make an interesting, cute video.
You consider them lucky.
Papa One says the horse was fine. Good news. It was a new horse, so it just got lost on the property. Praise the Lord for fences. Good neighbors make good fences, or good fences make good neighbors. Said farmhand will be cleaning out the manure stall Monday morning. Yes. That's how you make sure they never make that mistake again. Cloudy is here. Cloudy says, howdy all. Greetings, Cloudy. Welcome, friend. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you got a good week planned.
Good. I'll put you down for 50. I could tell you were Samaritan the minute I walked in the door.
50? Are you good, man?
Miko says, hey, Cloudy.
You're all right.
Yeah, I'm great. Poorer, but
Mama One says, I'm for a Sadie Squeak Toy Saturday, LOL. Yeah, it's fun. I find him at Goodwill, right? You know, where I get most of my clothes. I live in a neighborhood with, you know, a trendy neighborhood with a lot of singles. And what that means
Let me guess.
is everyone's trying to attract a mate. And you do that by changing your style of dress. And then when you get tired of that, you donate your clothes to Goodwill. And then someone like me finds them, and I wear them. Cloudy says, nice. How much was that Totoro plush? Less than $5. I found it at Goodwill.
Whoa! What are you doing?
But I saw him from behind, Totoro. Just, you know, they had like these shelves of plushes. And I was just like, I knew exactly what it was. I was like, oh my God, we're getting this. I don't care. And she loves plushes, and she doesn't destroy them. She used to tear them up when she was little. She'd tear them up and try to eat the stuffing, but she doesn't do that anymore. She just kind of like shakes them and tosses them and wants me to toss them so that she can chase them, and just carries them from room to room. She just plays with them now, which is good. So she can have plushes. I do really want to get her a Pikachu. And a Baby Yoda. We have a Baby Yoda. But they're all used. I go to Goodwill once a week just to look at the clothes and the DVDs and the Blu-rays, and now I also go to the toy section. See if we can find something for the dog. Let's move on. Marco, if you remember Marco, talked about doing an earlier stream so he could participate. Marco, if you're watching, so he left a comment, and I said, how many hours earlier would it have to be for Marco, for him to be able to participate? Because he's either in Greece or Czechoslovakia. But yeah, he's on the other side of the planet. So what I'm thinking, we might do an earlier one. We will do an earlier one, maybe one of these Sundays, but I don't know if you guys will be able to be. We'll have a completely new group in the chat, I think. But we'll probably do that for Marco. He deserves it.
I'm sorry, sir. Police officer. I need your car.
One goddamn ding.
Excuse me, coming through. LAPD, police emergency. I like cutting corners.
This is supposed to be the registered offices.
Elysian Fields. We've already been here.
This is an Elysian housing development.
This is the first time we're here, actually. And there's a letter here that we tried to pick up.
Looks that way.
Are we done here, Mac? I've got work to do.
Cloudy asks, Mama One, have you played Murdered Soul Suspect yet?
Elysian are investors.
Sorry, algorithm.
So what? If you think I'm putting my pension on the line,
That sounds like a game right up Mama One's alley. Yeah, we were looking for a letter from Leyland Monroe. Couldn't find it. I don't think it is germane to the plot. It's just sort of a collectible we can get. Cloudy says, Super Antonio, why don't you want to play GTA 6 anymore? I don't have good feelings about it. I believe it will be released unfinished. I believe because it was made in the last 4 years, it will reflect the politics and culture of the last 4 years. And I don't think it's going to be a traditional Rockstar game. Rockstar used to not care about offending anyone. And every video game, every modern video game is super worried about offending people. To the point where they can't tell a story anymore. Because they want to include everyone, even if it doesn't make sense to the plot. They try to make it make sense. See if we can get all those Leyland Monroe billboards.
At least we'll know where we've been if we try to retrace
I'm
our
just
steps.
kind of coaching my,
You ever shut up?
trying to phrase my words diplomatically, because we lost 2 mods talking about this, and I just don't think it's going to be a good game, or a game that I'm going to be interested in. Also, it's a modern game. I don't like modern games. I don't like the modern world. I'd rather play a game that's set in the past, or the future, or an alternate reality. But an alternate reality that makes sense. And that has to do with skin tone and accents. Let's put it that way. So, if GTA 6 was been working on now and came out 4 years later from now, so 2028, 2029, then I think it would be a traditional Rockstar game. But I think the fact that it was made in the last 6 years, and the culture has changed so much, and I don't think there's been a single modern video game that hasn't reflected
Do you believe the fire?
the new culture. And I'm just not a fan of the new culture.
Of an explosion. No obvious
Cloudy
signs
says,
of
I
accelerants.
see.
Wiring looks intact. Come and take a look at this.
I wish I was. It'd probably have more viewers.
This the heater from the Sawyer fire out?
Yes, it is.
Looks like it was recently serviced.
No, I'm happy with my viewers, and I'm happy with his channel.
I don't have enough evidence
I
to
can't
prove
change
how
who I
you say
am.
it, so we're listening.
I used to say
Okay, Phelps,
that I
you're
was
right, Penny.
fiscally
You have
conservative
a gas supply.
and socially
You have a
liberal.
Bunsen burner as a pilot light. You have a regulator
But now I'm just
valve,
conservative. Sorry.
and the balloon
Because
represents
the libs
gas
messed everything up.
expanding
You
in the
pushed
room.
it too far.
Now the gas has to make contact with the mosquito coil to form an explosion. Let's see if you can work out the chain of events.
But at any rate, let's not talk about politics. Politics is everywhere. That's the problem. It's infected modern movies and TV and video games, and there's just it's better to play old things that are actually interesting than new things that are just going to preach and lecture at you and make you feel guilty. And I believe that's what Grand Theft Auto is going to be like. Cloudy says most of the new GTA 5 DLC has lots of woke writing. See, Cloudy, you know it too. I can't say that word though, even though I just did. Sorry, algorithm. I apologize. But yeah, I'm not interested in that. And I'm not interested in plunking down $600 because it's going to be $100 for the game and then $500 for a PS5 just to play a game that I'm not feeling passionate about or excited about, just to get it early so that I can grab some views. Of course, I could be wrong. I'm happy to be wrong.
Okay. I'll light your pilot.
Forgot how to do this
Turn
puzzle.
the gas.
So what I'm going to do now is just wait and see on the game and watch some people's playthroughs and see if it's worth playing.
So that's how
But
it's being done.
it probably won't be
Maybe.
for me
There
personally
could be a fault with these
because I
valves.
don't like that
I've
culture.
adjusted this one for our experiment, but you
Don't
need to
like
take
that
it to
fashion.
Easton
I
and
don't
see
like
what
the
they say.
clothes. I don't
Their headquarters
I
is on
don't
North
like the
Norfolk
music.
Boulevard, number 262.
Thanks, Albert.
You're welcome, Biggs. See you at
What
the next show.
I would like are the shooty bangs. That's fun. But even the cars, the car design.
Come on, you can tell me.
I was watching
The next fight.
What
Should go to
is
the
it?
factory.
Starship
So many of these things are
Troopers.
going bang in the night.
I don't know what that.
You know this Chapman character?
The guy's a freak. Loves fires. He's the kind of guy that we'd like for a lot of things, but we don't really have
The
any
one with
credible
Denise
evidence to
Richards.
pursue him with.
Son of a bitch!
Starship Troopers. Why was I thinking it's Starfleet Troopers? Yeah, I was watching Starship Troopers. Really enjoying it. Miko says, yes, there's a certain group with the initials of SBI that got involved with making certain games and negatively affecting them. Yeah, they completely ruined it. And everyone's making games for an audience on Twitter that doesn't exist, that doesn't play video games, put it that way. Completely ignoring their actual customer base and trying to change the customer base to accept these new games and gaslighting them. That's a very modern word to believe that, one, it's always been this way, and two, they are writing some kind of generational fault or debt that we have, which you don't have. It's like we can't have pretty people in games because it offends
LAPD
the people who aren't
We
pretty.
need to speak to someone in charge.
I see.
Not understanding that
Well, duty manager for today
everyone
is Mr. Racy.
wants to play.
You should find
I
him in
mean,
his office.
everyone wants to be prettier, or it's like, or be more attractive. And beauty is not in the eye of beholder. It's an actual metric that can be measured, that has to do with symmetry.
They'll be selling these like hotcakes.
But I don't know how to talk about this without offending more people. Which I don't really want to do, honestly. I just want to play interesting video games that are aesthetically pleasant, that are interesting to watch for me personally, and that involves
Arson.
a certain aesthetic standard that is not popular anymore.
Pressure regulator from a Model 70. Yeah. Let me take a look.
And to say that you want that
This has been
gets you accused of being
You see this diaphragm?
some sort of ist.
A seal across the saddle here.
Whatever the popular ist is. I am wearing Hugo Boss, though, tonight, which was very popular in 1938 in Germany.
It's been reversed. It's a subtle change, but it means the gas never closes off properly.
So you're telling me that this is not a manufacturing fault or service repair?
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the design.
I don't think the hat bands were interchangeable, but you think that the hat bands would be interchangeable on those fedoras so that they could coordinate with their pocket squares or their ties
None of us could keep up with the amount of housing
or
going
their
up.
socks.
At the budget end, we're still using some of the old stock. We are installing 100 heaters a week. They're not all faulty.
They're not all safe either.
Look at all those file cabinets. Those are completely gone now. And also note they are wooden file cabinets. They're not aluminum.
Names that I've been seeing doing the repairs on the heaters. They're
You
fully
can store all
licensed and
the
accredited.
you can store all that customer information on your phone now.
I think you're lying, Rasik. I think some of your men aren't.
Also, interestingly,
You're desperate
the
to
phone
cover
isn't
your
on his
sales.
desk. It's
And how are you
over
gonna
to the
prove that,
side
detective?
because we have to call
Name me
someone.
one of my guys who would have overlooked a fault like this.
Cloudy says, a few days ago I was playing Bully and I was amazed that the story got clear. One day you have to play it. Yeah, I was just looking for it on PS4, Cloudy, before you arrived. I was thinking about it.
You in the habit of hiring criminals, Rasik?
I need guys, detective. This boom is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I want you to get me a copy of the list of your installers.
I have hopes for video games that are being worked on now. Elon has talked about having
A dozen of them. Housing
starting a
business is
video
going
game
crazy
company,
at the moment.
X Games,
This is a long shot.
and I
We are not
guarantee
gonna
those will be
cross that
games
whole
that will be
list.
interesting to play.
I want to run it by R&I, cross-reference for arsonists. See if
But
any of these guys have any
I'm not-
previous. Sir, I need to use your phone.
I'm not optimistic about any new game, any modern game. Same with modern TV and modern movies. Even though I did see Smile Part 2, and I was very pleased and impressed with how good it was. And it had a little
Operator,
bit of
give me
current day
R&I.
shenanigans,
Putting you through now.
but not enough to be overt.
Phelps, 1247.
And it was not preachy at all. It's the preachiness that bothers
How can I
me.
help, detective?
You're not telling a story
I need to know
anymore.
if any
You're
of the
just
following names have a previous criminal history.
Okay, detective.
giving your
run the
opinion
names.
on the injustices of the world
Acevedo
and
Ernesto,
making you
Clemens
feel guilty
Walter,
if you don't
Elgram
feel
John,
exactly the
Gable
same way.
Leroy, Kelligrew Peter, Kuttner Robert, Limehouse Albert, Manning Franklin, Neves Raymond, O'Brien Thomas, Ryan Matthew, Spurgeon William, Varley Reginald, Zurich Stephen.
Clemens Walter. Previous
I brought her
conviction
back.
for arson and malicious damage. Burned down a house in Westwood in 1942.
Hopefully she
4-year
can
jail
distract
term.
me in the chat from
Thanks.
talking about this delicate subject.
Ryan Matthew. Charged for contempt of court. Attempted murder. Plea bargain down to assault charge.
Anyone else?
There is a Reginald Varley wanted for murder by Detroit Police Department.
Thanks.
Well, Cloudy,
Been a
I'm
big help
surprised he
lately.
even has time to game.
Your employment roster is quite the rogues gallery, Mr. Rasik. Desperate times indeed.
Given his current schedule.
Do you have an address for Clemens?
He's working on an apartment building on Catalina and 3rd.
What about Ryan?
Currently working at a housing development on Normandy and 1st Street.
Varley.
Mama One, what's for
Beverly
dinner?
and Mariposa, currently working on a new housing development.
How's your
Varley's
kitchen?
a good guy. You can't harass all my people.
These guys have lockers.
Yes, they do. But my men have a right to some privacy. Don't you need a warrant or something?
Show him and keep quiet.
Look at the fan going on in the background. Just adds a nice little
Here.
visual element
now.
of movement.
Stick around.
And it's
Mr.
very
Rasick.
LA noir. Very film noir, put it that way. Now we got to check out these lockers.
Some light reading
Anarchist
on the merciless
propaganda.
capitalist machine.
Fit in quite well with a certain segment of the American population
Ryan
right now.
wants the world to be a better place, don't we all?
Miko says Sadie's going down in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm sorry, Miko. Yeah, it's like I know if she goes down, you go down. It's late for her. She's ready for bed. And also, it's Sunday. She doesn't understand why we're streaming on Sunday.
A company
She was
went through
ready
thousands
last
of
night.
these in the war. Still got eaten alive.
Ma's a kill.
Varley has a
They're
problem
using
with
those as
bugs.
slow-burning fuses.
You know that a mosquito coil takes an hour to burn down, Rasick?
No, I didn't know that.
It's the
And
favorite
I
choice of
believe
ignition by
there is
arsonists.
one more
Gives them time to get away.
locker that
Crazy.
we need to
He
investigate.
probably lives near the canals in Venice.
More anarchist
Clemens
propaganda.
is a fellow traveler.
Papa One, are you still here? Something I wanted to tell you. I forgot.
Mind if I leave you to it?
I forgot,
Yeah,
but I'll
work
tell you now. Okay, Candace Owen, she's a conservative YouTuber. I like her a lot. She's very articulate, very pretty. Black lady. I don't know if that's important or anything, but you know, it's like she had this theory that she wants to bring back tobacco. Why? You would ask. And she goes, hear me out. Because when we were kids, when we rebelled as teenagers, you just smoked. You listened to rock and roll or punk rock or whatever, and you smoked. And that was your rebellion. And now the teenagers who have that same instinct to rebel are deciding that they need to be a different gender. They're becoming non-binary. Because they don't have access to something as basic as a cigarette. And I agree. Yeah, so I think it's too late. But it's the same instinct to rebel against your parents. Yeah, we can steal the Insta-Heat. But now there are much more serious ways to do it. Life-altering ways than...
You like to leave your mark, don't
So
you?
I think tobacco would be the lesser of two evils, the far lesser of two evils. It's a vice, but it's not a demonic vice. Cloudy says, Super Antonio, the Mafia games are similar to LA Noire. Maybe you'll like them as well. I believe our girl in Australia played Mafia, and she's a big fan of them. Also, Arkham Knight. That's on PS4. You play Batman. I'm Batman.
Go! What are you doing?
That might be
You're not
interesting.
helping.
Let's see. Let's look it up. Arkham Knigget PS4. That was a Monty Python reference. It's only $14. The Batman Arkham Collection, I guess that's all 3 games, is $24. Batman Arkham Greatest Hits PS4 is $27. I don't know which one of these to get. I want the one that has the most content. Batman Arkham Knight Game of the Year Edition. Here's a PS4 500 gig console Batman Arkham Knight bundle limited edition. You get a, I don't know, it's like a Batman PS4. I don't want one or care, but it has the exclusive Scarecrow Nightmare mission as Gotham City falls victim to Scarecrow's fear toxin. Tear through the city in the all-new Batmobile and face off against a towering vision of Scarecrow and his undead army.
You know Reginald Varley?
No. Oh, this is interesting. Fight crime in the futuristic Justice League 3000 Batman skin, or go retro in the classic, the Batman classic TV series Batman and Batmobile skins. That would be funny. The Batman 66.
Does their work first.
Cloudy says, I'm playing Arkham Knight as we speak. I would recommend.
You were licensed and worked for InstaHeat?
Interesting, Cloudy.
So what?
That sounds serendipitous.
I've worked as a fitter all my life.
Serendipitous.
Put everything I had into that house. And my fucking mudshark of a wife gets awarded it in settlement. She's blowing spics 2 at a time while I'm at work. And she gets the house. Yeah, I burnt it all right. Set fire to that fucker and watch it burn to the ground. I did my time and I'd do it again. Sorry about the rouse, Clemens.
I'll make a note of it.
You did the right thing.
I think Serena played that game as well.
Do you know Matthew Ryan?
No. Don't know the name.
I'm going to write Bat.
You and Ryan are 5th columnists.
And how do you figure that, wise guy? What proof do you have? Been following me to meetings?
That sounds interesting. I'm Batman. We could do a lot with that. In terms of...
Nor have I ever been a member of the Communist Party.
I'm just thinking of thumbnails. And everybody loves Batman.
All right, Clemens. You're off the hook for the moment.
Can I get back to work now? Let's get out of here, Phelps. He ain't our guy.
Mom once says the Telltale Batman was okay. I played it with my son. He's a Batman junkie. Him and Spider-Man. Yeah, I think... I was never nuts about Spider-Man. I like Batman. I like Superman. I like all the Marvel movies. But Spider-Man, he's just too young and whiny, and it just never appealed to me as a character. But I have all those Marvel movies. Cloudy says the Batman Arkham collection always goes on sale for $5. I like $5, Cloudy. Papa once says they should ask that question to suspects about the Communist Party now that they could say, do you support a certain political party? LOL. Well, it's basically... Yeah, that's what it's turned into.
I hope your piece is still serviceable, Herschel.
I may be old and out of practice, but I'm still a Marine, Phelps.
It would be better for our case if we could bring him in, Herschel.
It's interesting how the Democrats cite the Civil War as being on the winning side of the Civil War when technically they were on the losing side. The Republicans is the party of Lincoln, and they don't remember that, or they just pick and choose what history they want to believe and what history they want to ignore.
They can make a
The
claim
Klan.
to an apartment.
was a Democrat organization. The Second Amendment was written because they wanted to ban blacks from having cutie banks.
Stop or I'll shoot.
I know history, and yet I am still condemned to repeat it. Papa says, I love the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. I never realized Spider-Man used web shooters till No Way Home. I always thought it was organic webbing. No, I remember that was like, because I used to read the comics. But yeah, he was a scientific genius, much like Tony Stark, except he was a teenager. So he invented the webbing. But yeah, they made it organic, and
Come on,
I
Varley.
believe that
Can't
was
keep running forever.
Sam Raimi was the director. Did Evil Dead. That's how I know him. He's a horror director. I wonder if he's still making movies. I haven't really kept up with him. Mary Jane
You run all the way from Michigan, Reginald?
used to be a redhead. She's no longer a redhead. And that's all I'll have to say about it. Yeah, I like Iron Man. It's interesting. I love Doctor Strange. I only saw the first one, though. I don't want to watch any more of it.
Stop or I will shoot.
But my favorite of that series is probably Captain America, because it reminds me of my nephew, and that was his favorite, Cap.
Police have an outstanding warrant. How am I doing so far?
I need a lawyer before I talk to any of you. Reginald Varley, you're under arrest for committing a series of arsons. You're also under arrest for murder. Detroit PD will be putting in a request.
Varley's under arrest. Book him.
Until then, your guest is arson. You can't hang that rap on me.
Look at all these mid-century homes that go for like $2 million now. They probably cost $2,000 in 1949, and I swear, one of these houses, if they're still around, in downtown LA, millions, at least $1 million. Your friendly neighborhood superantonio. I got that from Spider-Man. Maybe we'll do Batman Arkham Knights, Sleeping Dogs, and Last of Us. We'll play all 3 games. And maybe make some, I don't know. That might be fun. Let's think about it. Cloudy says, Super Antonio, did you hear about the Stan Lee documentary Kickstarter? I did.
He's on the front page of the Times.
Yeah, he also had a sad ending to his life. One of his final deathbed requests, which I used to laugh about, was he said, please, I beg of you, don't make Peter Parker gay. And Disney, of course, was like, okay, Mr. Lee, make Peter Parker gay. Papa one says, my brother was a comic book lover. According to my friends and family in my teenage years, I never liked them. I prefer to live in reality. Apparently, I was always obsessed with history and horses. And Mama one says, it's so sad what they did to Stan Lee in his older years. Yeah,
Who's asking?
I agree.
Detective Phelps and Biggs, Arson Squad. Arson?
You heard the man.
Let's just put this stuff in the car and I'll be right with you.
Hold it, Ryan. I said,
son of a bitch.
But I do like his cameos in all the Marvel movies.
Those are GI's backyards he's crashing through.
The damage is only cosmetic.
He's a one-man wrecking ball.
Move in. I'll take out the van. Enough games, folks.
We actually
Take this
do a
guy out.
spectacular crash
It's
with
no
this
good.
Instacart.
We need to get closer.
Dang.
He's going to kill those men. They'll get out of the way.
Hang out.
Only if they hear him
Hang out
coming.
with us, too.
Close
Tell
in,
everyone to
Phelps.
like and
We need to
subscribe.
take Ryan down before he hurts
She
somebody.
really wants to go. Miko.
Smash the son of a bitch's rear wheel.
She's done with you guys.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
He's got an arson-related assault charge, and he's running.
Running don't mean nothing. You gotta get this guy in the room before you can get an angle on him.
There.
This man
Yeah,
has
we
got
actually
to be
pitted
stopped.
that thing.
Hands behind your head. Why did you run, Ryan?
I was scared.
You got a reason to be scared, Ryan?
Matthew Ryan, I'm arresting you on suspicion of committing a series of arsons.
And she's gone. She's back in her crate.
We have 3 suspects.
Now we gotta get back to the station and interview these
Let's get to the
jokers.
station and close this case.
Miko says, there she goes, Night Sadie. Yeah, Miko. Mom once says, my son met him, Stan Lee, in 2003, and he was awesome. He gave my son an autograph and took pictures with my son. My son was 6 and adored Spider-Man, so he ran up and hugged Stan Lee, who just laughed. That's cute. Yeah, Stan Lee, that was his favorite character, was Spider-Man. He viewed Spider-Man and Peter Parker as his son, which I think is very charming.
No!
But he was really good at, he was super creative. He built a whole universe that they are still milking and unable, it seems, to create anything new or original. Or the new and original things that they do create are missteps because they are not popular. No one wants to watch them.
I wouldn't feel safe in a tank with you driving.
Instead of
And at the
learning
next
and
junction,
adapting,
you shut your trap.
they just, the filmmakers and the artists accuse the audience of, try to make the audience feel guilty for not liking their product.
I have 2 suspects.
Phelps, you got nothing.
What's that about?
Biggs. Ryan's waiting for you in interview 1. Varley's in 2.
Hey, Hopkins, you practicing your asshole routine again?
Oh, this was funny. I couldn't find interview room 1. Super annoying. And I think I left all of that in here.
The bum took a swipe at me.
I know I did. So now we're going to have like 10 minutes of Cole just walking around. Trying to follow signs. Papa one says, I do know when I was a kid I was obsessed with John Wayne. One of my favorite movies was The Green Berets, which he made with actual Green Berets. He did not support. He did it in support of the Vietnam War and hated communism. Well, yeah, that was his generation, of course. Hated the commies.
You're the reason brothers and sisters shouldn't marry.
And it's historically proven to not work, but it's still attractive to an element of youth that doesn't want to work. I'm sorry, I apologize. That's not true.
We have Matthew Ryan in custody, Varley.
It is true.
I think all we need to do is ask him about this.
It's just if the algorithm is listening.
Ryan, that pinko bastard.
Because I guarantee that the algorithm is very sympathetic to
Have you ever
that
worked at a
cause.
place on Rosewood Avenue?
Handouts.
By the name of Sawyer.
Maybe. I'm from out of town. I go where they send me.
I suppose I would be sympathetic as well if I could get a bunch of handouts. That'd be great. If I get one of those grants that Doge has cut.
If Suburban wants their new installations completed,
Someone's going to give me $100,000 to make a non-gendered YouTube channel about
How can you prove that I was?
LGBTQ issues in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Your name is on the inside door
Yeah,
of their
I'll do it. If you're going to give me like a lot of money, that'd be great. And then I, then actually don't produce anything and just invest it in whatever Nancy Pelosi's investing in.
Heater service, so they threw in a free service as a sweetener.
That would have been funny. It didn't happen, and it's too late now.
Word is, you're in the
Papa One says, my son through work met a retired Green Beret who was actually in the Green Berets movie. He and John Wayne insisted on going to Vietnam and going on patrol with Green Berets to correctly show how they acted and conducted a patrol. He also said that when they got into a firefight with NVA and John Wayne actually fought back while some of the other actors were scared and being protected by soldiers.
Suburban, they got real-time pressure on getting some of the big developments finished.
Wow.
There's
You know, also is in that movie is George Takei.
So did a lot of guys, all right? Carpenters, electricians, plumbers. It's no big conspiracy.
What would reversing the diaphragm of an insta-heat model
Put silver wings on my son's chest. Make him one of America's best.
deliberately sabotage the water heater?
You didn't know I knew that song, did you, Papa One? No. He'll be a man. They'll test one day. Have him win. The Green Beret. It's one of my dad's favorite movies.
I think you're out of your mind.
So,
Where is the evidence that I have done anything to contribute to this fire? Huh?
yeah, George Takei is Ensign Sulu.
Fuses. We found an open box of mosquito coils in your locker.
Whoa, hang on.
He's having
Those things
a gay old time online.
hold them because his locker's full of stupid
I
pamphlets.
guess it's good though. I mean, he's a gay icon.
We're done for now.
So what happens?
You're either going back to Detroit to face
Papa
a
One
murder
says,
rap,
I still watch the Green Berets often. That and Outlaw Josie Wales are probably my favorites.
I want to stop him with one round.
Well, I've been watching True Blood, as you know. Mama One probably knows about that show. I don't know if you'd like it, Papa One. It's vampires. It's very romantic. There's a whole lot of nudity,
I'm just praying the prince come through so I can nail the son of a bitch.
which I'm not going to complain about. But it's interesting. Nobody has tattoos,
Safe around here anymore.
which you never see anymore. Series is from like 2008, 2010-ish. It's interesting how fast the culture changed. Papa One says, George Takei is not flamboyant. I was actually shocked when I found out he was gay. But as long as he's happy, LOL.
I say we bust in there and find.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think you were allowed to be back then.
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap.
Yeah, see, Cole can't. Cole has no idea where he's going right now. But the stream's holding up and staying strong, knock on wood. Yeah, he just likes to complain a lot, but I think feels like everyone in Hollywood or in California has a certain point of view that they feel they need to
Save yourself
express
some time and get this thing off your
loudly online.
If that's your opening gambit, you better try again.
And and they have no patience or tolerance,
You know how to
even
reverse
though
a
they say
diaphragm
they're
in a
tolerant,
regulator valve of a Model
for any
70.
opposing viewpoints.
No, I don't.
And it's the hypocrisy, as always, that I cannot stand.
You know enough to do that repair. You're lying, Ryan.
And how do you think you can prove that?
Your boss at InstaHeat said that you've all been trained to do it. It's a common repair. Are you calling him a liar?
Okay.
Mom once says, "I'm glad my son doesn't have tattoos. I don't like how everyone has them. Me too. My son doesn't like them. One of the reasons he broke up with his previous girlfriend, she got one tattoo, which turned into 5. My best friend is like covered in ink. He's like, and he's always like, dude, you gotta get some sleeves. But no, I don't have any tattoos, and it's too late now. Part of it is I don't think I could commit to a design.
While you burn their houses down.
Suburban?
And also they're expensive if you want to get a good one.
He's the one with the cozy agreement
And
with
I
those
am
fascists.
a cheap. Like a sleeve, you see a sleeve on someone, if it's good, that's like 10 grand they're wearing on their skin. 10 grand that could have been invested. I guess it's an investment in yourself.
To destroy a company.
I don't
I have
know.
no idea what you're talking about.
Papa one says, "I'm thankful for being raised on a farm. Farms have no shortage of common sense, unlike most of society." Mama one says, "To me, tattoos turn into an addiction." I agree, Mama one. They get addicted to the feeling, the endorphin rush afterwards, after all the pain.
Your locker is full of pamphlets.
But yeah, they're
Lennox told us how
everywhere.
you were always foisting them on
That's
people.
another way that they rebel instead of smoking.
Guy has to do something. InstaHeat heaters break
I
down
do like the
every day.
Japanese tattoos, though. I have to admit.
Design that they lifted from Hephaestus.
InstaHeat bought
But
out
you know, it's like even in Japanese culture, it's like the cool ones, you know, the full suits, Hanamoris they're called, I believe.
And the directors of the company.
Those are frowned upon in like polite Japanese society. You can't go to a public bath if you've got tattoos.
I have no such
But they
thing.
look pretty cool to me. I don't think. I mean, I'd play a video game character with them, and then in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you can customize Ivar with Nordic tattoos, which look really cool.
You were charged with attempted murder, Ryan.
Cloudy says, "I live in a farming town, and everyone has tattoos. That is because you are a product of your time period, and tattoos have been normalized, along with
company that was responsible got away
other
with it.
elements.
What would you do?
That's part of the reasons why I don't mind dressing up and everyone else wearing whatever the heck they want to wear, because there are no rules anymore.
I'm charging
You
with
can wear
committing
whatever you
serious
want.
arsons and for the murders of Hank
I could
Sawyer,
go outside in a frilly
Henry
sundress if I
Sawyer,
wanted
and
to.
Jessica Sawyer.
I'm a pretty lady. What are you going to do about it? And everything would be fine. I would be celebrated. I'd probably get more views on YouTube. If we radically changed the channel and added more rainbows. Don't worry, I'm just being cynical and mean and probably
What I was going to say,
phobic
before I
of
was
some sort.
interrupted,
And I
was you did a
shouldn't do
good
that.
job
I
on
shouldn't
the
make fun of
Stefan
that.
Sawyer case. We
I
don't often get results
apologize.
in arson. So well
Mom
done.
once says some of our new farmhands have tattoos. One of them is a great worker and talented writer, but he has 47 tattoos and he wants more. He claims he has them on the soles of his feet and everything. Wow. That's about all I have for you tonight. Shout out to the channel members. Papa one says, "Cloudy, we have several farmhands that have tattoos, but in my generation, tattoos weren't common. Back then, most of the people covered in tattoos were rather convicts or sailors.
You disappoint me, Coldfell.
Personally, I would never get one, but if someone wants one, they should get one."
Boy, I need a confession.
Yeah, get one if you want one, I guess. It's your body, but that's not something I've ever wanted to do. Shout out to the channel members. Thank you, Mama 1 and Papa 1 and Miko Herbtile and certain channel mods in Australia. Appreciate all of you. We shall return next Friday. We're coming toward the end of the Bad Honor commentary. I'm going to look into getting Batman Arkham Knights for $5. No, I want a new copy, Cloudy, because I don't trust used copies of video games. There's too much data on there. You know, a skip on a used Blu-ray or a DVD is not dire.
You're gonna kill someone.
But on a video game, that's a problem. At any rate, I appreciate all of you. I apologize for getting political. I didn't mean to, and I will be better next stream. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of your evening. See you soon, friends.
Stanford, did 2 years ROTC before Marine OCS at Camp Elliott. Shipped out in early 45 as a first lieutenant and fought in the Okinawa campaign. I was wounded, shipped back home, did a year on the beat, now I'm here.
So you won the Silver Star.
I don't want to talk about it.
Now let me get this straight. You single-handedly killed 40 Japs on this hill in Okinawa.
No.
You were up there all night, draped in the flag, knife between your teeth, gun at the ready.
You finished?
The Emperor Hirohito himself leading the charge against you.
I did my part, Bukowski. What did you do?
I kept the streets of LA safe for the people.
Yeah. Now I get it. Unfit for service.
Fuck you, Phelps. I earned a bravery citation during the Zuda riots.
Sounds like you had it rough.
I did my job.
No one is saying you didn't.
I did 6 years as a patrolman.
That's the third time you've told me.
Are you blind?
All units, a 459 just occurred in 6th and Saris. Any unit to handle, code 2, identified.
11 King, go ahead, KGPL.
11K, a 459 suspect just left 6th and Saris. Suspect is a male.
You're so obsessed with bedside manner.
Are you blind?
Now that wasn't so hard, was it? Just because we're in uniform doesn't mean we can't use our initiative.
I guess so. Seems a little too good to be true. One-of-a-kind murder weapon bought locally using a real name? If Schroeder's our shooter, he's no criminal mastermind.
Most of them aren't. That's why they get caught. 2 out of every 3 crimes are done on impulse.
Another fact from the Phelps Encyclopedia of Thin Air. You really are full of it.